What does it mean for a person to try to sacrifice everything he has? L'ma'an Hashem v'toroto. For the sake of Hashem and His Torah. Al ha'adam la'akriv et kol ha'yekar lo l'ma'an Hashem v'toroto. It's put on a person to sacrifice everything which is dear to him for the sake of Hashem and His Torah. He brings down over here a pasuk and he says, Ha'omer la'aviv u'le'imo lo ra'itiv. He says to his mother and his father, I did not see you. Ve'et achiv lo hikir. And his brother he did not recognize. Ve'et banav lo yada. And his children he did not know. In order to just get a better understanding of the pasuk and then understand what the Rav Chaim is bringing down, I want to read for you here in the Chumash what the Mikra Mala brings down. This is going during the time of the Egel. Each and everyone has a time in life when we are faced with the test of the Egel. It doesn't have to be Chas v'Shalom Egel Mamash, but there's a lot of times when we are faced with opportunities to Chas v'Shalom, to go against Hashem, to do sins. And unfortunately, Rabotai, majority of the times we will give in if it's uncomfortable. Over here the pasuk says, when it was speaking about the Shevet, Hashevet asher be'et ha'mivchan v'nisayon lo nasa panim l'kerovav. It goes on the tribe that at the time when they were doing the Egel, that when they were tested, they did not show favor to the relatives. Ha'omer la'aviv u'le'imo l'reitiv eneni ro'eh etchem. I'm not going to sit with them. He didn't sit with them. He didn't look. He didn't show favor. Ve'et achiv ki'ilu lo hikir. And his brother as if he did not recognize them. Ve'et banav ki'ilu lo yada. And his children he did not know. It's as if he did not know them. Why? Ki shamru imratecha. Because we wanted to guard your sayings. Ubiretecha yinatzuru ve'shamru et brit toratecha. And we wanted to guard the covenant of your Torah. Rabotai, there's a whole Rashi. I'm not going to try to get into this, what exactly each one means. But over here the Rav Chaim is going to just try to tell us in very simple language, what does it mean where at times you are faced with decisions in life, with your parents, with your brothers, with your sisters, with your wives, with employers. Throughout your lifetime, Rabotai, you will always be faced and tested with the test of the Egel. But he brings down over here, Hamitchazek lichvod Hashem, one who strengthens himself for the honor of Hashem. Omer HaChavetz Chaim ala Torah, it says the Chavetz Chaim on the Torah, ve'enenu nimshach achar kerovav, and he's not pulled after his relatives. Hamifatim oto, that seduce him, that entice him. ללכת בדרכים חדשות, to go in new ways, שהן נגד רצון השם, which are against the will of Hashem, בוודאי יהיה ברוך להשם, ויזכור למעלה לשם לתפארת. For sure you will be a blessing to Hashem, and you will be remembered above for honor and glory. כתוצאה מכך, Rabotai, when a person strengthens himself with the honor of Hashem, the result of that is going to be Gam Yizkel Yod Bechlal Ela Shetafkidam Yoru Mishpatech LiYakov. If a person is able to strengthen himself when it comes in the Avodat Hashem and not follow his relatives, Rabotai, family members, whatever it is, like we mentioned, the pasuk guarantees him, Rabotai, Yoru Mishpatech LiYakov, that he's going to become a very, very big Talmid Chacham, where he's going to make Psak Halacha. Al ha'adam l'skor tamid et divrei Rambam zatzal b'tishuvato. A person always has to remember the words of the Rambam in his responsa where he writes, Shelo yistakel ha'adam al banav u'banei bito B'davar hanogei lahasirat dat. A person is not allowed to look at his children, his family, his wife, when it comes to religion, when it comes that they're destroying our religion, Rabotai, you're not allowed to pay attention to them. I will explain. Ki dat Hashem asher hinchalanu avinu shebashamayim gedola v'chashuva hi al meod. The religion, Rabotai, that Hashem, our Father, in heaven inherited to us is greater and it's very, very important. V'chiyuva, our obligation to first follow the Torah, kodem l'chol davar, comes before anything. There is nothing that comes close to the Torah. Not your wife, not your children, when they're going against Hashem. Nobody, Rabotai, comes close to Hashem and His Torah. Kol davar acher eineno omedu mitchaim. Anything else, Rabotai, it's not going to be fulfilled. It's not going to last. But yirat Hashem tohara omed l'ad, like the pasuk says. But a pure fear, a fear of heaven, Rabotai, is going to stand forever. Over here, we need to understand. I just want to elaborate. I want to bring down two halachot. Also, we need to understand over here, what is the Chavetz Chaim telling us? The Chavetz Chaim is telling us, Rabotai, when it comes to go against Hashem, and you have an option to go against Hashem or to do what's right, it's very simple. You have to do what's right. So, Rabotai, you have to ask yourself one question. How is it possible that when we ask today if I'm allowed to go here or there or here and there, whatever it might be, how is it possible that we say, yes, it's allowed, yes, shalom bayit, yes, parnasa, yes, this? Rabotai, I told you before and I will tell you again. There's no yes this, there's no yes that. It's only yes the derech of the Torah. That's all there is, Rabotai. And this is what the Chavetz Chaim is telling us. If it comes to your family and they want to go to the beach, and you tell them no, and she tells you, I'm not going to live with you no more. That's your problem. That's not my problem. Rabotai, you don't go to the rabbi. Rabbi, my wife wants to go to the beach, and if I'm not going to go, she's going to divorce me. Oh, okay, shalom bayit. Rabotai, because we learned that from Sotah, that Hashem erased His name, so therefore over here also you have to go ahead and bring yourself down and go with her to do Averis. Rabotai, listen to this very carefully. Nowhere does it say in Parshas Sotah, when it comes to the woman, that by erasing Hashem's name, you end up doing sin. We have a suffix if she's allowed or not, so we want to permit her back to her husband. So therefore Hashem went and He erased His name. But over here, Rabotai, they took this concept and they ran with it. For everything, shalom bayit. For everything, for Averis outright. Shalom bayit. Rabotai, shalom bayit only works when it's going to allow you to continue doing the things in the ways of Torah. But if not, Rabotai, not. Rabotai, I get this question all the time. Almost, I don't know if there's a day that people don't ask me. Rabbi, mixed dancing, mixed seating, woman on the stage, all the Gehinnom that's over there in these parties. Can I go because it's my wife's father-in-law? Or brother, whoever that is. Rabbi, the answer is very simple. You don't need a rabbi to tell you yes or no. You know it's wrong. Why are you asking? You know it's wrong. Oh, but the rabbi, go over there, sit in the corner, turn around. I think you don't see nothing. Rabotai, chas v'shalom to ever do this thing. Rabbi Saban gave a beautiful analogy. Would you take your kids or yourself to the mixed beach where there's naked women, right? The way they're dressed over there, and just in the corner go with your wife and your family. Would you go? No. So why are you going over here? Rabotai, remember this rule. The Rambam says, you're not allowed to look at anything. Nobody comes close. Nobody competes against the Torah. I don't care who it is, Rabotai. Not the rabbi. If it's against the Torah, we don't listen to him. Listen to this next piece. I don't want people to think this is Chassidut. Rabotai, all this is, I'm talking about needless to say bad friends, Rabotai. Needless to say bad friends today. If a person has a bad friend, Hashem Yirach, you know what it says in Pirkei Avot? Here we go, Pirkei Avot. In Perik Aleph Mishnah Vav. Yehoshua ben Perikah Omer, Aseh lecha Rav, V'kaneh lecha chaver. What does it mean to acquire yourself a friend? Ani son, what does it mean to acquire yourself a friend? Do you know what it means to acquire? You have to buy a friend to have a good friend. One, maybe you're gonna have, but you have to buy him. Maybe, but you have to buy him. Today, every other guy is your friend. Thank you. Rabotai, there's a Gemara. I forgot which Gemara. Haval, I forgot the Gemara. It says over there clearly, if you have money in your pocket, you got friends. If you ain't got no money, you got nobody. Rabotai, do not be foolish. Do not be foolish thinking people are your friends. Believe me, Rabotai, they don't need you, they don't care for you, they don't want you. So that's why, needless to say for your friends, Rabotai, be smart. Educate your children. Educate your wife, Rabotai. You guys don't understand. I tell my children all the time, I don't care where you learn, what yeshiva you go to. I don't want to start saying the yeshivas. They go to very high yeshivas, Rabotai. I educate my boys. You do not listen to what the Rebbeim say unless you see it inside. If it's not inside the Gemara, if it's not inside the Shulchan Aruch, if you're not able to make a deal, we do not trust them. I don't want to have problems with them tomorrow, Rabotai. My wife goes, she comes back, well, I heard the Rebbe say like this, I heard the Rebbe. Rabotai, if I hear that the Rebbe or the Rabbi speaks against Halacha, I tell my wife, these people are out of your life. We don't follow. I show her inside that this is wrong. Rabotai, you got to educate them. Where you see all this today, Shalom Bayit, Shalom Bayit, Shalom Bayit. That's all you know, Shalom Bayit. There's nothing else, Rabotai. We allow all the Averos because of Shalom Bayit. All the Averos. Do you know there was a rabbi in the time of the Holocaust at Lo Aleinu? He lost his wife, Chas v'Shalom, and then when he came to America, he got remarried. And he was learning Torah, etc., etc. But then he started listening that people, they had Talmidei Chachamim, that they couldn't come out at night to learn Torah because of Shalom Bayit. Shalom Bayit, you could stay home. The rabbi said, what? Shalom Bayit, you could stay home? Since when, because of Shalom Bayit, you stopped learning Torah? Since when? He said, I don't understand. He says, I was living in the Holocaust. I was learning Torah, my wife didn't bother me. There's no such thing as Shalom Bayit, Rabotai. Today's world is only about the woman. Try to say the truth, see what happens. Rabotai, in Siman Reish Mem Halacha, in Shulchan Aruch Yordei, Siman Reish Mem, listen what the Halacha says. Rabotai, if this goes, listen to what it says. Where is this? Halacha Tetvav. Tetvav, yes, Tetzain. No, Tetvav. Tetvav, Rabotai. 15. Amar lo aviv la'avor al divrei Torah. Your father tells you to go against the Torah, the words of Torah. To come with me to the beach, to come with me to a mixed place, to watch TV. Rabotai, things that have to do with your eyes. Ben b'mitzvot aseh, whether it's a positive commandment, not to put on tefillin, Rabotai. Ben b'mitzvot lo taseh, to curse, to speak lashon, etc. Va'afilu mitzvah shel divrem, even to pick up a pencil or pen on Shabbat, which only muktzeh. Halacha tells you, lo yishmalu, you're not allowed to listen to him. Rabotai, we have to have honor to our parents, but when it goes against Hashem, we don't listen to them. How much more so, Rabotai, for anything else? Artur, for anything else also, if it goes against the Torah, I see no wife, I see no children, I only see Hashem in this Torah. That's how it goes. It doesn't work any other way, Rabotai. It doesn't work. It won't go, Rabotai. You guys will be very surprised what's going to be in the next world when you guys come thinking all your life you were doing Shalom Bayit. Rabotai, one more halacha. In Siman, in your day, Siman Kuf Nuzayin halacha Aleph, the Rambam breaks down. How much does a person have to pay in order, right? We start doing the whole thing, not to speak in shul, correct? Not to speak lashon hara, not to do nivel peh, right? Any mitzvah lotas, anything that's a negative commandment. How much does a person have to pay in order not to do a negative commandment? For example, you willingly go to places, you pay to go to do averos, you see women chas v'shalom, you see things on the TV. Who allows you guys to watch TV? Who allows you guys to have a TV in the house? It's an abomination, so you have it in your pocket. But Rabotai, all these things are asur. He says like this. The Ramah says, "V'im yuchal atzil atzmo b'chol asher lo, tzarich litein hakol, v'lo yavor lo ta'aseh." Rabotai, listen to this carefully. The Ramah tells you of your halakha. Comes a goy with a gun to your head, and he says, you know something? I want you right now to say lashon hara. I want you right now to look at that woman chas v'shalom improperly. I want you right now to curse anything which is a negative commandment. But the goy and with a gun, I'll kill you. But he tells you, but you tell him, let me ask you, what happens if I give you money? You let me go? I don't want to do the Aveira. I don't want to chas v'shalom go against Hashem. You let me go? He says, yes. So you tell him, how much? He says, what do you have? You tell him I have 7 buildings, 7 cars, 7 houses, $7 billion. He says, I want all that. The Ramah says you have to give up everything, not to do one lot aseh. Rabotai, it is going against everything that we've been always learning, Rabotai. You could go, you do, you go, don't worry. Rabotai, remember, Rabotai, when it comes to Averis, it is not so simple. We don't know what Averis do to us. We don't know what it is going to do to us after a person dies, Rabotai. That's why a person has to always educate himself, Rabotai. In English, in the American language, right, they say ignorance is bliss. In the Jewish language, it's just the opposite. Ignorance will cost your olam haba, Rabotai. B'ezrat Hashem, may we all strengthen ourselves in learning the Torah the right way and following the right derech of Hashem. Baruch Adonai Olam, Amen, Amen, Rabbi Chaim Igal.